this segment, we're going to show you how to replace an empty bag in the cylinder when the sold out light comes on. That notifies you that the cylinder is currently empty. In this case, we have two cylinders empty. We're going to replace the middle one, which is the vanilla ice cream. So the first thing you want to do, come up to the machine, unlock the door, and open the door. At this point, you have an empty bag. There is dispense, off, and retract. You want to take the button, move it into the off position, and click it up to retract. At that point, you will hear the air vacuum the cylinder down. Once that vacuum stops, you can pull the cylinder forward and remove the bag. Open the locking handle on the cylinder, lift your spigot up just a little bit, and open the lid. Remove the empty bag. Close the lid, replace your handle. If you have a clean, if you've already replaced your spigots for the day, you can reuse this spigot. If you have not replaced this spigot, you'll want to start with a fresh, clean spigot. So set the empty bag on the counter with the spigot. Remove the bag of ice cream that you are going to replace with. That product needs to be in the tempering part of the machine for 12 to 24 hours. Replace the cylinders into their position, close the door. The less time the door is open, the better it's going to operate, the colder the machine will stay. So take your box, pull your fresh bag of product out. If you're going to replace your spigot, you have a new, fresh, clean, lubricated spigot ready to go. If you've already done that for the day and you're using the same spigot again, simply remove the spigot from the bag. If the product has a lot of moisture on the outside of the bag, take a dry towel, wipe the outside of the bag to remove any of the moisture that's on there. Feel the product, make sure there's no ice chunks or anything else that will obstruct the nozzle in the machine. The product should feel about the consistency of a pizza dough. If it's hard frozen, do not put it in the machine. If it's soft and pliable, move forward to the next step. Remove your cap. If there's any air in the bag, bleed the air up through the nozzle. Take your fresh spigot, insert it. On the nozzle, there is a ramp on one side and it's flat on the other. Make sure that the ramp side is facing forward, which we will cover when we load the machine. Take the bag, hold it upside down so that the spigot's below you. Squeeze the bag and roll it like a tube of toothpaste so that all the product is in the top of the bag. Open the door of the machine. Hit the retract button again because as it sits, the cylinder will rise. Hit the retract button again. Again, you'll hear the air vacuum the machine down. Once that stops or slows, you can pull the cylinders forward. Open your lid. You look down in the cylinder and it did not retract completely, you can push it down by hand. Take your new bag of product, drop it in the cylinder. With one hand, remove this nozzle. On the bag, there is a thick ring and a very thin ring. On the top of the machine, on the top of the cylinder, there is a groove. That groove sits in there. Take your spigot, push it in, make sure that it's in all the way and it's flush with the nozzle. Move your plunger up a little bit, and this is the most common thing that happens on loading the machine that will cause the machine not to operate correctly. We call it a gooseneck. You'll see it in the manuals, you'll see it in your instructions. As you can see from my fingers pushing on the bag, it's actually put the bag in the hole. That will cause you to close the lid and put the machine in dispense, and it will not dispense product. Instead, it'll suck the bag into the hole. To avoid this, take the corners of the bag, pull it out, so it's flat. Take your hand and pull a little bit of product up, or even just a little bit of air. Okay, fold your corners over towards the front so that it actually has the shape of a curve. The bag is not in the hole. Close your lid. Don't be afraid to hit it down a little bit. Move your locking handle up to the first notch. For the second notch, do not do it from the top of the handle. Put your index fingers on the top of the cylinder, push down, and move it up with your thumbs so as not to break this handle. Replace the plunger all the way back down. The ramp has to be in the front. Put the cylinders back in place. Put the machine into dispense position. Close your door. Lock it. Get a bowl and give a little test sample until the product dispenses. Once it dispenses correctly, you're good to go.